Today's video is brought to you by Oxido LED lighting. You might think that you can see just fine at night. Well, I did too, until I did this little upgrade. As you can see from this footage, here is some before Oxido LED lighting, and here is some after Oxido LED lighting. The difference is amazing. With high brightness and easy installation, Oxido LED lighting is definitely the route for you. They're easy to install, and they're available for all makes and models. Click on the link in the description below and enter promo code 612motorsports at checkout to get yourself 15% off. Now back to our video. Hello and welcome back to another episode of 612 Motorsports. In today's episode, well, you're in for a treat. We're working on the S10 Xtreme today. We had a little issue with the fuel lines. As you saw, we got those repaired. And in doing so, we found another problem. One that I knew I had, but I didn't know what the issue was. And well, we found the issue. And today, that's what we're going to take care of. But before we get too far into today's episode, you guys know the routine. Go ahead, hit that subscription button, the notification bell, leave a comment, a thumbs up, all that stuff. It's super helpful, and it's very greatly appreciated. Alright, let's pop the hood on this thing, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so here's your typical 4.3 engine, and if you're looking at it straight on the passenger side, top of the intake, you'll see this blue connector, electric connector here. This cylinder is your Evap Purge solenoid, and it looks like this. So it's just a solenoid, O-ring, plugs into the intake, has a vacuum hose connection on this end, and on the top is where that blue connector goes. There's two mounting points, and the old one is held down with a bracket with a 10 mil on both sides. I picked this one up at my local O'Reilly's for like 45 bucks, and it's really gonna make a huge difference. So since the first day I've had this vehicle, I've always noticed this very slight kind of hum, whistle, never could really quite describe it. So I just started throwing parts at it. I thought, oh, maybe it's rusty pulleys, maybe it's this, maybe it's that, might be the water pump. It kind of goes away when you give it some gas. At a stop sign or a stoplight is where you would really notice it, and then as you would accelerate, it would dissipate and you wouldn't hear it anymore. Well, come to find out, when we were doing those fuel lines, that we had a busted vacuum line connector to the solenoid, and therefore we've been having basically a vacuum leak for the last 2.5-3 years now, and yeah, not good. So we're going to replace that. It's going to get rid of that noise for one. It's going to give us better gas mileage for two, and in this day and age, well, you can't really argue with that. And for three, it's just the way it's supposed to be. It's going to run better, be more efficient in every sort of way, and why be hard on it just in everyday use when you don't have to be. So let's go ahead and switch that out quick, and hopefully that does the trick. So if we get in here, I'll show you what's going on. We found this line buried underneath a bunch of other stuff, and well, it's not connected to anything. Come to find out that right kind of where my finger is, real difficult to see, but right down there is where that little cap, this little end is, and well, that was broken off and it was stuck inside there. We got that part out. Now this line is connected to a hard line that runs along the top of the transmission and our new fuel line system. So this was never hooked up. This was never working. It was just sucking air and being kind of a waste, a fuel burner, and well, don't need that. We're gonna go ahead and tidy that up, route it where it needs to be so that it can reach that little nipple there, and then we're gonna switch that out. And once again, our friend the 10. So here's the old one we just took out. So you can see that nub is broke off. Here's the new one. You pull this cap here. As you can see, that's what we were missing. That was causing all the problems. So we're gonna go ahead and throw this new one in, throw this one in the trash, plug everything back up over here. Right on, we got that new solenoid in. That should make all the difference in the world. We'll find out tomorrow once I drive it to work and stuff, see how it does when I'm on the road, and see if the gas gauge moves at all. If you're having a vacuum issue or having even just, you know, some poor fuel economy, you might want to consider checking yours. They could go bad, they could malfunction electronically or mechanically. So just something to maybe take a look at. Here's the part number for the one I used, CP411. I got this at O'Reilly's again. That was about 45 bucks or so. Not too bad. Also check with Rock Auto, but it is a Evap Purge solenoid. Super simple to do, 2 bolts, 1 plug, not that bad. Well, that's going to wrap things up for us here today. I hope you found this helpful, beneficial in some way, or I just hope you enjoyed watching the content. We came in just under the wire because the neighbors are starting to mow lawns and let their dogs out and get barky and whatnot, so we wrap this up just in time. As always, stay positive, work hard, and make it happen. Until next time.